Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss today's March daily challenge. Today is day 6 of March daily challenge, and the question that is asked to us is a relatively easy question. I'm just recording the videos of most of the March daily challenge questions that I can, so I picked this one up as well. It's pretty easy. I'll complete it, or I will explain you pretty quickly so that it doesn't take much time. So the question is linked list cycle. We have to detect whether there is a cycle or not. If there is a cycle, then we have to return false. And if the cycle is not present, then we have to return false. Or if the cycle is present, then we have to return true. Okay. Um, so let's take this example. Here you can see that there is a cycle, so we are returning true. We can see here there is a cycle, so we'll again return true, and here there is no cycle, so we'll return false. So what we are given, we will be given a head which will basically represent the start of the linked list, and through that we have to move further to the next to next nodes, and so on. So what approach I am thinking, or I was thinking when I started, although it's a very classical problem, if you know in linked list, if you have to figure out a way that whether a node is already visited or not, or whether the node is the middle node or not, or any sort of distance traveling questions in linked list is basically uh, uh, there is a algorithm, or there is a method which we call slow and fast method, or two pointer methods in linked list. So the same I used here. I used two pointers, one is slow and one is fast. Slow will just take a one step, whereas the fast will take two steps. Okay. And in the end, slow and fast both are running on different speeds. That's the main core behind this algorithm, that there should be two pointers and both should travel in different speed. And if at any point both of them are able to meet at a certain point, that means it can only be possible if there is a cycle. Let's suppose there are two uh, animals, one is rabbit and the other one is tortoise. Both of them are running on their respective speeds. Rabbit is running 2 times faster than the tortoise. If at any point both of them meets, that means there was a common point, or there was a circular point which made both of them meet, although even they meet, even their speeds were different, still they were able to meet. Why? How can it be possible that two people or two cars are running on different speeds, still they meet on a particular point? It can only be possible if there is a cycle. So the same thing we are going to implement in our code as well. Initially we first checked whether the head is null or not, because if it is null, then eventually it will be false if there is nothing in the head to be compared for. If everything is fine, we will start off with slow and fast. We have a while loop which will make sure that we never go out of our end of the linked list. Because why do we need it? Because we know that fast pointer will always run faster, and there can be possible that there is no cycle at all. So in that case we might end up to a null value, correct? So for such values we will see, or we want to make sure that for such values we should never get an error saying that uh, there is a null pointer, or null dot next is not possible or something. So for that we are making sure that we are only going inside this while loop if next to next value exists, or the fast itself is not null, then only we'll go ahead. Okay, now the second thing is, once we are inside this while loop, we are sure that definitely the next to next value do exist, so we can travel. So for slow, I do not have to worry about whether the next value exists or not, because for fast we already know that still there are some values, so slow will definitely have some value with it. So slow will just move by one pointer, whereas the fast will move by two pointers. And in the end, if even though they were moving in different speeds, even still if they are able to meet, that means there is a cycle, and we will return true, else we will return false. So this is just a small code. If you talk about the time complexity, then we are just traversing each node, we can say twice. In the worst case, we will end up getting onto a common point. So if we consider the uh, value as constant, like 2x 2n or 3n, so in that case we can optimize it and say that the time complexity is of n, the space complexity is of 1, because we are not using any extra space. So this is about the space and time complexity, and I will give you a walkthrough with the help of this question. So let me see if I can make a quick diagram. I don't have my pencil with me or my connector with me, so let me quickly show you. So this is my slow, okay, and this is my fast. Okay, the first uh, what time when we reached this while loop, we checked whether the fast should not be null, because null dot next will give us an error, and fast dot next should also not be null, because when we do uh, fast dot next, that means we are doing null dot next, and we want to make sure that we never ask for next value from a null node. So we did S and F and everything is fine. We came inside this while loop. This slow pointer will just run once, whereas this fast pointer will run twice, or it will skip to, or it will move to the next to next node. Again, the same thing will happen. Our fast pointer is not null, neither fast dot next is null, so we are good. So we'll come inside this while loop. This will be my S this time, whereas my F will get updated to this. So this will be my F. If you see, F will move from this to this, back to this. So this is the case. Again, we will see the things are looking good. Let me remove the previous values. Yep. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Let me have, this was my slow, right? Yep. And this is my fast. Again, they will move and my slow will move here, whereas my fast will move this to this, next to next, so it will be this. So there will always be a certain point when both of them are equal, and that will be the point that we have to return. So we will say yes, they were able to meet at at a certain point. We are not asked to give that particular point, although in future you will see questions that there are some questions which will ask you what is the uh, point of the cycle, or the start of the cycle. So there are some questions like this which you will find in future, but as of today, as per this question, we are just good by answering true and false, and that can only or very easily be achieved by just figuring out if they are even meeting at any point of time in future, because they both are moving in different speed. So it's an easy question. Hope you like it, and we'll meet you soon. Thank you.